Welcome to my channel everyone. Bitcoin is currently trading at 113,768 US dollar and broke to the upside. In this video we are going to talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP and Solana. Things man exciting, so make sure to watch until the end. And if you also want to start trading with cheap taker fees, then I can recommend you the crypto exchange mexc. So more than 100 tokens are tradable without any kind of fees. And here you have a huge list of popular altcoins, and those altcoins, they rotate. Sometimes you can also trade Bitcoin and Ethereum without any kind of fees. For all of the other coins, you have to pay a small amount of fees, and if you want to save there another 20%, then you can use my referral link, which you can find in the video description. So today was a very profitable day. I will show you that. I think being transparent is very good. So basically 30 days PNL 7.5k. I always keep 1k on my account. So basically you can see 4k right now. They are going to get cashed out tomorrow. So today this is my PNL, very good. In August also I can show you that because not every day is a profitable day, and I'm not always doing winner trades. I think this is important to tell you, because most people tell you, yeah, I made here 100k, I made there 5k, here 1 million, there a million, but they never show you how often they lose. Here you can see it. Most days are even gray, means no trades at all. Why? Because no breakouts happened. And then you see days which are red, and there are quite often. Here minus 50, minus 200, minus 100, minus 76, minus 125. Here also minus $128. So my target is always keeping my losses per day between $100 to $200. I don't want to lose more than $200 per day. Then I'm out and I'm not going to trade for that day, because most likely my chart patterns, my trading setup, whatever, is not going to work at this day. And it is pretty okay also to not trade. Like for example, August, the 9th August until the 16th August. No trades at all. You can see it 0, 0, 0, 0. I didn't trade there. So basically, you don't have to be every day in a trade. And if you get some winner trades, then they should be huge in my opinion. Otherwise, in my opinion, you won't get profitable in the long term if you always keep your losses small and if you keep your profits low and your losses high. So also here, ignore those kind of small amounts. Those are most likely trading fees or funding rates. Yeah, ignore those $12, ignore those 50 cents. I have to pay fees also for my trades. So basically I opened trades 8th August minus $12. This was the trading fee. 9th August, I can show you that, plus $280. This was because of XRP. So I took XRP long trades, and with this push, wait, where is it? Right here. With this push, which we have seen, I actually took some profits. First of all, to de-risk. Second of all, I had a few days back minus $177, so I wanted to make up for that loss. So basically that's why I took some profits as well. Today, $2,850 profits. This is what I'm going for. I didn't start with a very high leverage in the beginning. I start with a low leverage where I say, hey, I'm ready to lose $100 to $200. Yeah, depending on where I get my entry. If my entry is perfect, then I also can go in with a very high leverage, but always I keep in mind I'm ready to lose $100 to $200, and that's how I adjust my stop loss as well. I took the trades 2 days ago. I started with some trades 2 days ago, but yesterday when Israel attacked Qatar, I have also did my statement on that on yesterday's update. I have also told you that I opened long trades for every single coin. I woke up a day after, today, I woke up and I saw $500 to $550 profits. Then we went down, again, got a small pullback. I looked into the charts. This pullback was actually the retest of bullish chart patterns. Then my profit was some around $300, and I started up doubling up my position size. Then I saw $600 profit again, seeing some coins breaking to the upside, doubled up again. PPI was perfect, then I was 1.1k in profits, saw some new chart patterns breaking to the upside, doubled up again, and in the end of the day I had a position size of $250 million. I had a 200x on my whole portfolio, which was saved up, and every single 0.5% to the upside is 1k for me. I show you how I did it. So we wanted to start with Bitcoin. So we have said for Bitcoin that we have two scenarios there. The second scenario I have deleted in yesterday's video because this is too much drawing, but we have said, hey, we can build up a bullish divergence. That means that we are going to see a new low, but as long as we don't break the $110,236 to the downside, everything is good. We didn't break it to the downside, we even didn't got a new low. So basically the bullish divergence, even we didn't needed one. Instead, what I've also said is that we can instantly break to the upside. We broke the white trend line to the upside, inclusively a retest. Afterwards, the PPI data came, and it was, I think, the first time after a long time that the PPI data was negative. So we have a negative inflation rate for the producers. Very positive on our overall CPI, for our inflation, which we get as customers, because if producers are having an inflation rate and they have to pay more for their products, so their costs, production costs are increasing, what are the producers are going to do? Well, they are going to increase the price, so we have to pay as customers their inflation. And that's how CPI comes, customer price index, so our inflation rate. PPI data was very good. Look at the push. What did I do actually for Bitcoin? I went into a long position down below here because I have told you Israel attacked Qatar and I think everything is going to be fine, and both sides knew about this attack and agreed to it. USA also knew about this attack, agreed to it. This is my opinion. What the media is saying is one thing. What actually happens behind media, in closed rooms, we don't know that. But huge institutions, BlackRock, for example. Don't you think that BlackRock don't know what tomorrow is going to happen? I think yes. And you can see it in the chart. Like those kind of people, multi-billionaires, insider people who are within the US government, people who are in the Israel government, people who are in Qatar, they know what is happening in that closed doors. And they are doing the chart. It's not us. It's not us with our, even if we have $100,000, we are not going to move the chart with our $100,000, even if you put 100x leverage on that. Yeah, we might even do a very small candle or a very small push on the 1 minute chart, but we are not going to cause this kind of price movement just because we trade with a few couple of thousands of dollars. So the big guys, the big whales, they are doing the chart. They knew something, and that's why I traded as well. You can see those kind of behaviors from the big whales. You can see that in the chart when they are going to buy in, how the RSI is looking, how chart patterns break to the upside, how other people are going to get liquidated. You can see it in the chart before even the news happens. So in the end of the day, here was my first long trade. Here I doubled up, and what I have done afterwards was I have put you here a purple box. This purple box is not resistance. I want just to show you the fair value gap which we had from the past. So I was thinking Bitcoin is done for the push. So what did I do? I saw, if we zoom in, this candle close was over the green trend line, and I doubled up again for Bitcoin. I did it because I wanted to fill the fair value gap, which we have done, and I took profits for Bitcoin. I closed my Bitcoin position, so I have more money to reinvest into the altcoins, which still continued getting higher prices. Like, for example, Kaspa, Sui, they had some fair value gaps over, and they should have got filled after Bitcoin filled their fair value gap. So in the end of the day, I'm out of my trades, and I have told myself it doesn't matter what happens today. Like, for example, here, it still looks bullish. Yeah, I've also did a community post that the market still looks long to me. Now we have a real breakout with a real retest. We filled the fair value gap. It looks good to me. We can go for higher prices even though we have a huge fair value gap lower than us. Bitcoin looks good to me. It might be possible that this can form here as a bull flag. If it's going to happen in the next days, then I can trade again. Like I said, today I don't want to trade anymore because it was a very good day. But in the end of the day, yeah, it looks good. Target is ongoing. I have to adjust the target just a little bit because of the time. So 117,625 US dollar is my target for Bitcoin right now, even though I'm not in a long trade for Bitcoin anymore. I still think that the price can go up there, and I'm looking for new entries, but tomorrow, not today. This would just get me emotionally too much into cryptos, and I might play far too risky because I made good profits today, very good profits, and I don't want to lose them. And I know from myself, like, we are all humans. Most likely, if I jump into trades right now, then I'm going to play far more risky. So that's why I want to cash out first in the morning tomorrow, or maybe even later, and then I will decide new trades. So basically, this is also very important in my opinion. Trading is not always about seeing chart patterns or doing edit wave analysis. Let's make it to technical chart analysis. It is not just about technical chart analysis, it's also about risk management, also knowing yourself, because emotions, fear, greed, you know what this can cause. Most likely, in most cases, losses. So basically, this is my way of saying, hey, I have made the money, and I want, like, keeping your money is far better than trying to make more and still, in the end of the day, losing it, right? So basically, everything looks good to me. If I wouldn't have been that over leveraged, then I would be still in the long trade into 117,625 US dollar. I think this is realistic in my opinion. So if we now look over Ethereum, I don't know what Ethereum did. So basically, also here, I went into a long position, which I have also communicated with you, that I open long position for every single coin. On the 50 minutes chart, yeah, because I was in profits, I could play far more risky. I saw this breakout. We still had our resistance, but we also had our support. So I went into another long trade where I doubled up my position size right here. And what I have done afterwards was, on the 50 minutes chart, yeah, I was such in good profits. I saw this candle close over the orange trend line. So I doubled up again. That's how my 200x came in play. Yeah? It sounds crazy. It is crazy, but I'm just doing this kind of leverage because I was huge in profits before. And then I took this movement to the upside and cashed out everything. In the end of the day, the retracement which Ethereum got is not looking good to me, but it's still not bearish. Yeah, this reminds me of a small head and shoulders formatation, which broke to the downside, got its retest, and now let's see what we worked off. I don't think that the whole head got worked off. Let me see. Not the whole head. I think it is something between a shoulder and the head, because this one here is just the shoulder, and we sold off far more. In the end of the day, yes, this bearish chart pattern got in play. You can see it, that chart patterns are working. Breakout here, push. Then we got another push, getting our right shoulder. Breakout, retest, follow through, lower prices. So in the end of the day, here's something interesting. Like I said, no trades for me anymore, but once the $4,257 breaks to the downside, then I would be completely bearish for Ethereum and should see the $4,100 to $3,980. This is what we have on the chart since a while. I still have this kind of scenario in mind. So I can still imagine that it doesn't matter if we are going to get down again, but over the time, I still think that we should look for higher prices. $4,487 is realistic in my opinion. If we also break it to the upside, yeah, round about 4.7k is going to be the target. There I would be careful if we are not just going to get this kind of price movement just on a later time. So just this one right here to the right side, and this also here to the right side. And afterwards, I think a huge push is going to happen for Ethereum. But this kind of price movement, yeah, that we get up, we already measured it with price targets. The way down, we will also measure it once we have the chart patterns. So there's nothing to do for me for Ethereum. Everything which goes again over the green trend line, which is the price mark of $4,365, would be positive. So what about XRP? So in my opinion, we have said about XRP that this can develop like an head and shoulders formatation. But in my opinion, we broke it with this push to the upside and invalidated this chart pattern. So I can take this one out of the chart, at least not this trend line right here. I will just make this one white because this is still going to be support, but I'm going to take those targets out of the chart. This trend line was also the breakout of XRP. Can also take it from the chart. Yeah, and basically, what can I say more? The targets are ongoing. For XRP, it would be the $3.08 to $3.14 first. We also had a target on the chart which was the $3, but we went there within one push. That's why I think, yeah, we always have two kinds of targets. If we break to the upside, then we have the least bullish target and the maximum extension. The first push was already got into the target of the least bullish target, which was $3. So right here, this was our target, our first target. We went there. So in my opinion, if a push happens, a breakout, and we already hit the first target, then we are just going to see a retest, and the more bullish target is going to get hit over the time. So $3.08 is going to be the target from this old inverted head and shoulders formatation, which broke here to the upside. We got our retest, and now we are waiting for the $3.08. Once the $3.08 breaks to the upside, very positive. $3.14 is going to be the next target. If the $3.14 breaks to the upside, then it's also long to me. $3.30 is going to get very interesting for XRP. I would say as long as we hold the $2.90, which was our X long line, that's why we'll make this one red. Everything is looking good to me. Once we break the $2.90 to the downside, then I can expect lower prices for XRP. And in my opinion, we are not going to see the target of the old falling wedge. I have to go into the 1 hour chart. So this is the old falling wedge in bright blue, which we also broke to the upside. Target here is the $3.33. So basically the fair value gap at around about $3.30. Once we break the $2.90 to the downside, then yes, the chance is still there that we can get up there and just doing a bigger retracement before we get there. But in my opinion, once we break the $2.90 to the downside, then I actually think $2.66 is going to get the next target. If we also are going to lose this support, then we should drop to $2.47. Am I bearish right now? No. On the short term, I'm still bullish as long as we hold the price level of $2.90. So, same goes for Solana. We have said about Solana that in head and shoulders formatation can develop, but as long as we don't break it to the downside, why should we be bearish? You can see it. I drew it here. We also got, if I take this one out of the chart, left shoulder, head, and here we had the right shoulder, but we had to break to the downside to activate this chart pattern. Instead, we broke to the upside. And for Solana, I did something different. So basically, this one I can take also out. The target of the inverted head and shoulders, of the head and shoulders formatation is also out of the chart. So for Solana, we went also into a long trade. I think it was down below here or down below here. I don't actually know it right now, but it was somewhere in that box. We got this kind of price movement, which looks good. Oh no, I even think I went into a long position right here. Anyway, I don't know. I went into too many trades, but what I know, what I did was, once we broke those tops to the upside and also the green trend line to the upside, I looked for a retracement. So this candle caused a huge fair value gap which got closed here. I used this retest to increase my position size for Solana. Let's jump into the 50 minutes chart. Then I saw that we had here some upside potential, and I just went into another long trade for Solana. So basically I scaled up a lot today, and for now I have drew this here before the video so I don't forget what I want to say. In the end of the day, what we see right now can cause a bull flag, which is a bullish chart pattern. So this here, even though we get a lower low, this is afterwards bullish. Then we can draw a bull flag like this, for example. And once we break it to the upside, then we can measure a new target for Solana. But first of all, I want to see this kind of chart pattern. And in the end of the day, we broke to the upside. We just need to form more bullish chart patterns. Target is still ongoing, $250 right now. We broke the green trend line to the upside, which is very positive in my opinion. We don't even have to get this bullish chart pattern. It can also be that we are just going to get up in one way, like we have seen before. We can get those kind of price movements without any kind of chart patterns. So with that said, this update was a bit longer because I also wanted to include some risk management. Also, where did I increase my position size? Why did I do it? Why even did I left my trades, even though we are bullish? Why did I over leveraged? The whole market situation gave me those signals, and I have to participate into the market. I'm not the market, means I can't cause any kind of price movements on the chart, not by myself. I can't do it. Why that? Because I'm not a big whale. You are not a big whale as well. So basically, just because you have 1K, just because you have 10K, just because you have 100K, you are not going to cause this kind of charts. There are far bigger people who are trading with billions, with bots, with AIs, with tools which we have never heard about, which we don't even know if they if a trader like this tells me his tools which he's using, then it's like for me, oh, those kind of tools even exist. You know, they have tools like you can't imagine it. And in the end of the day, we have to play after their rules. They are doing the rules on the market. And if we want to be profitable, then we have to look into those signals which the people are giving us, those big whales. And we just have to participate. We have to go in the same direction like those big whales do. We have to think like those big whales. And yes, in the end of the day, those big whales, they know where we have our stop losses. Yeah, they are not going to haunt your personal stop loss. But they see if many people have a specific stop loss set, they are going to fish that. and they're going to get those 0.1% better price, because 0.1% is a lot if you keep trading with billions. Keep that in mind. So they are trying to get every single percentage which is possible. We don't have this kind of knowledge which those kind of traders have. We don't have the tools for it. So basically, I always say, hey, I don't care about those profits, like a few percentages to the upside or downside. I don't care about that. In the end of the day, are we profitable or not? In my opinion, my trading setup is working very good for me. I also hope that I can give you with that some good informations, and you can also do something with that. My trading setup is very short-termed. I'm not trading cryptos on the long term. I'm trading stocks on long term, where I buy them and hold them for months or even years. So basically, day trading is a hard thing. With day trading, we can do a lot of money. With day trading, we can also lose a lot of money, because those big whales, they know that people are day trading and they think we can always do money. And in the end of the day, they win. It's like going into the casino. The house always wins. So here the market always wins. And yeah, if we do a good job, then we can participate pretty good. In my opinion, like I said, you can look into my P&L. 30 days P&L is 7.5k. But I don't have 7.5k on my account because I cash out. Because I'm not going to reinvest that into day trading. I reinvest in stocks, but not in day trading. We can make 2.8k today. We can lose tomorrow 2.8k as well. So always keep that in mind. Day trading is very risky. Have a nice risk management. So look into your own P&L. Look if your losses are too high, and if you make losses, then look if you could have cut those losses a bit smaller. And yeah, like I said, you have to take losses. Otherwise, if I still keep having those kind of trades, then you wouldn't have seen minus $128. You would have seen probably minus 500. Here you would have seen probably minus 1k. Here you would have seen minus 300. And then those kind of trades are not winner trades anymore. They are just going to be compensations of my old losses. So always keep your losses small. Don't be afraid to take a loss. Trust me on that. Don't be afraid. There are days where I took a loss and 10 minutes later the price still went into actually my profit. So basically, if I would have held the trade a few minutes later or a few hours later, I would have even been in good profits. I still took the loss. I'm not crying about that. It is what it is. This is the market. We can't see in the future. So basically, with that update, I hope that I gave you a new perspective of trading. I hope that I gave you some valuable information as well. And yeah, like always, the Sui Avalanche HBAR update, Dogecoin update is going to be released a few minutes later. The Render, Tau, Kaspa, and ONDO update as well. I'm going to work on that. And those kind of updates are also going to be a bit, less talking, more cryptos. So, see you then.